Somebody in this country once told us that there are good and bad bandits. I'll take my dictionary. I didn't see where they wrote these are good bandits and these are bad bandits. I don't know what that means. Somebody told us that they are their boss, that if anybody should attack them, they will not vote for that person. In this country, somebody told us that, yes, that if government does not answer to them, there will no peace in Nigeria. Mostly, these things are statements that was made for a man who claimed to be patriotic, a statesman. Is that how to solve a problem? You are pampering these boys. You are making them to become so bold. What audacity do they even have to attack anybody in Nigeria? For what? No, hold on. These other people, especially from the southeast, who have been fending for themselves, do they look for government subsidy? No, do they wait for government to pamper them? No, these other people that are fending for, struggling to survive in Nigeria. Why must a group of people now tell us that we must answer them? They are this, psychological, this and this. These other Nigerians that are holding peaceful agitation, peaceful nature, peaceful what do you call businesses. Are they not Nigerians? Right. So if all of us become bandits, what will happen to us, Moses? Hold on, though. If all of us become bandits, will Nigeria exist? You can see how we clearly bring problem into ourselves, and we are now blaming America. As long as the North still believe in Almajiri, it can never end. They know what they are doing. They cannot deceive us again. In the first place, who told you not to educate your people? Was it me? Nigeria had independence in 1960. All of us were here. You decided to choose whatever you want to choose. And now you want to blame us for your problem. Do you not have the capacity to give your people free education like Awolowo? The Igbos never had any free education. So, why are you not telling us that if you let them uneducated? I don't get it. You don't feel that you have this entitlement mentality. Is it our fault that this thing is happening in your area? You people should go home and think. Yes, you created this problem. Don't run away from it.
Let me
ask you. Why are they spreading all over Nigeria? Why are they spreading?
Okay, let me ask you. Do you think there are no kidnappers and criminals in the southeast or the southwest?
Sir, listen. If what is going on in the southeast is the same thing that's going on in the north, in fact, it's like there will be peace in Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much.
There will be peace in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
But on your comment on education, I tend to agree with you that our leaders really has failed the nation because they have not concentrated on education. Everybody is after himself. I agree with you that one. I confess. I confess. But you see, what I will not agree with you is criminality is everywhere. Everywhere. In fact, we never heard of kidnapping and armed robbery. It came to us in the north from the south. It was creeping slowly, and it corrupted our people, and they are doing it now. So let us adjust. Let us adjust and understand them.
Today, if we should have them in the south, there will be no Nigeria. Is it true of us? We are trying here. We are trying here. We are
but
trying.
But do you know what? It's because the population of those underprivileged in the north is in millions.
Most of them are not Nigerians. You brought them here. Right. The people that are
no,
they are not.
That narrative. Look, nobody can tell you like me. Because I have had one-on-one chat with them. You know, they are pure Nigerians. I wouldn't rule out elements of non-Nigerians among them, but they are Nigerian herdsmen. And one thing I want to make you understand is that, you see, the North, with this large population of really uneducated people, really is becoming a national. Governor Soludo of Anambra State, when he was the central bank governor, he came to Arewa House in Kaduna, and he said the poverty in the north, he fears that is going to constitute a security threat for the whole nation. He said this many years before even this started. So you see, we have to improve the economic situation and education and everything. Then this is the way to go about it. But if you see you want to do it violently, you want somebody to come and massacre people, that will not work. That will not work. Look, let me tell you, this Boko Haram, usually they're Kanuri people. So if you go into Maiduguri, how can you differentiate between normal Kanuri and normal Boko Haram?
Now
and you start killing young, you start rounding up boys. You see, when this Giwa
Are they Boko Haram? The ones in Kaduna, are they Boko Haram? They're not.
No,
We have different terrorist organizations now moving around.
The
now in one breath check,
oh.
you're saying you want them to be annihilated. And in another breath, you're saying or calling for them to receive amnesty.
Oh,
so how do we now,
I don't know. I don't know how I can make you understand. You see, you just have faith in us. We want this problem to stop, but not the way you are thinking about it.
The Boko Haram kidnapped the girls the Chibok girls that were kidnapped up until today, we're yet to see most of them reunite with their parents. We also have the Dabachi girls and so many other persons. For example, I stay in the north. I love the north a lot. But at this point in time, so many things are happening.
Yes, you see, as you are grieved, we are grieved. It doesn't. In fact, we are even more concerned than you because they are staining this beautiful religion of Islam. Really, you see. And I've told you, when you go back, all of you check the book of Islam, or even just chat GPT and say, what did the Prophet say about the youth coming to kill people?
How much longer?
I see this thing as gaslighting, because when Jonathan was in office, Jonathan had to bring General Ihejirika, who gave Boko Haram hell. He was chasing them bumper to. In fact, it was Ihejirika that identified Sambisa Forest, where he chased them into. Moses, what happened? Not only that started writing petition against Jonathan, sending letter to ICC, to America, to everybody, that Jonathan want to do genocide, he want to retaliate what they did to them during the war. Is that not what happened here in Nigeria? For a people who wanted this thing to end, wouldn't you have encouraged Jonathan in what he was doing? Please, somebody should answer me.
Yes, I will.
Good, I'm coming. Please, I'm coming.
I will answer you.
Yes, I'm coming. Now, Jonathan had to withdraw in Hejrika, and the thing now escalated under Buhari. Again, listen, if these people meant well, why are they spreading from the whole north now? They are coming to the south. Initially, they told us it was herdsmen. They were looking for grazing. Now, the whole thing has spread all over Nigeria. Is there any state in Nigeria today that is not expressing this thing? So what's the meaning? They want us to believe in what they are doing, Abi. They want us to believe in terrorism so that we cannot live. Is that what you are telling me? No, tell me. So pampering these people is a no-no for me.
Okay.
They shouldn't spread this in all over Nigeria.
Let's have your response.
I think there is a miscommunication between North and the South. There's a missing gap. Ehejireka, we are there, we are here. Ehejireka, in fact, I had a lady from Maiduguri saying, it's over the news, that would prefer Boko Haram to what the army was doing in Maiduguri. They were killing innocent people. It was very merciless, killing innocent people. That's why the northern states was all united that this man must go. Because you see, you need to follow these things systematically, slowly, gently, just like treating a brain cancer. If you go in there with roughness, you kill the patient. But you have to be very delicate, trying to extract the cancer from the normal cells gently and remove them. This is how these people have infiltrated the society. You can't come, even the bombs that was in United Nations, the one in 1st October Eagle, the one in Kaduna, the one in Jaji, the one in Kano, they are all done by a clandestine security, not by Boko Haram. Boko Haram don't have capacity for that.
Do you want these individuals, these clandestine security, as you call them, would you like to see them annihilated? Would you like to see them wiped out? Would you like to see those that are displacing Nigerians, those that are causing?
Let me tell you, it's there in our hadith. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if I am alive, I will annihilate them. This word you used, annihilate them, because they are the most evil people created by God.
So you would like to see them wiped out?
Yes. Let me tell you how Americans can help us. They can give us drones, surveillance drones. They can also give us fighting.
Which of course drones. We have before 12 Tucano jets. They've gotten weapons.
Tucano jets are useless. They just use Buhari. And, sorry to say, it's already a deceased person. They use an idiot to collect money, about $500 million from Nigeria, without even going through the Senate.
But the other weapons that Nigeria. Okay, so what weapon do you think Nigeria should go for now? Because we've
usually, I think it's the drone technology. Drone technology for surveillance and for engagement will do very well for us. That Americans can do, and they can help us with it. The way they have been helping Israel to fight Gaza, they can do it. Well, they are not ready to do it. How can they tell me they want to come and start bombing Nigerians when they will be bombing innocent people? And they will compound the problem. In fact, our problem is local, and we, the locals down, we know better how to deal with it than somebody outside coming to threaten. And more or less, you see, I'm not a really fan of government. Honestly, I've been critical of all government. What I think is a slight on Tinubu's government. Honestly, I felt the man honestly we all need to gather around this man and help him to overcome this problem. Honestly speaking, because he's doing his best. Really.
Right. All right.
Ojukwu wanted to use it, before, saying that Muslims are killing Christians before. Unfortunately for him, General Gawan was a Christian, and his deputy was a Christian. We didn't mind, Once there is peace and stability, I'm telling you, Nigerian Muslims, they are one of the most. Trump is an extremist, just like this extremist you are fighting. In fact, they could even be behind them just because they want our resources. In fact, so many experts, intelligence said the West is behind Al-Qaeda, the West is behind ISIS, the West is behind all this, so that, they give you a problem and suggest a solution. Then they are building the biggest consulate in Nigeria. Why? In Lagos. Because they want to come and establish the authority and power here. So you people should not allow them to use the name of Christianity. There are no any Christians. This man groping women and doing all those kind of things. This is convicted felony. You are thinking he's coming to protect. Christianity is a reverend religion. In Islam, let me tell you, read the Quran. The Quran is there. وَجَعَلْنَا فِي قُلُوبِ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوهُ رَحْمَةً وَرَحْمَةً. Allah has told us in the Quran, the followers of Jesus, Allah has put compassion and mercy in their hearts. They are very loving people. This is Christianity, not this kind of nonsense cowboys accusing people, threatening all the world and one thing is an antichrist, because in the name of Christ, and he's saying he's a peaceful man and he's a warmonger, trying to cause problem all over. So I want Nigerian Christians to know they have no better friends than these Muslims we are neighbors with. We can live together in peace. Let me tell you one thing. You see, I don't think any of you is versed in Islamic studies. Prophecies. We have a prophecy in the books of the Hadith is there written. The Prophet ﷺ, peace be upon him, said, in the end of times, there will be youthful children coming out in the name of Islam, killing people. This is exactly mentioned in the Hadith. Okay. So it's an evil to us, camouflaging as Muslims. And let me tell you one thing, even that like Trump and his white supremacists are having problem in America. It's not all Americans are accepting what they are doing.
Exactly.
Sorry, Sheikh.
They are. Wait. In every religion, you have this extremist. Trump is just as an example of this terrorist. Look at Netanyahu, the Jewish. Many Jews are against what he's doing, the genocide in Gaza. So even we Muslims, who you have such extremists, you see, you are dealing with this Western colonist, imperialist, supremacist mind. They know how to divide brothers and make them fight. I don't think their interference in Nigerian internal affairs should be rejected by all meaningful nationalist, patriotic Nigerian. Yes, we have problem. And yes, in fact, even to accuse the government, of being complicit in this, it's even obnoxious. I don't know how somebody in that position should ever even suggest that Nigerian government is complicit or that Nigerian government is not doing anything to curb them. In fact, what Nigerian government did was it was able to contain. We are able to contain these terrorists more than Mali is doing. You know, Mali, with all their dedication and patriotism, I think now they are just some few kilometers from the capital. What I think we should do, we should unite as Nigerians. These people, they don't have religion. They are just, I don't know. Are they? It's an evil that God has sent it not only to everybody.
Our Muslim brothers should tolerate us and let them meet us halfway. Moses, we have tried. We have tried as a religious group. We have tried. All the things they have done to us in this country, we have never retaliated. Is that not how to show goodwill? Is that not to show tolerance? Why is it that every time all the problem will be coming from, and not only that, I'm not even seeing it as a problem. Rather, they will blame me and you over here for the problem they created. I mean, these are the issues here. If they should do that, even Trump will not look at us. All this noise about CPC will not come up. Let them try to tolerate the Christians for God's sake. That's what I'm saying. They should tolerate the Christians because we have tried. No other religious group can tolerate what we are going through here. And it's because of this intolerance that is causing problem. When you pamper these people and see them as the best thing that happened after Jesus Christ, then they will continue to do what they are doing. You have never seen it as a problem. These people that are occupying Benue and Plateau villages, where are they from? What religion do they profess? All the people that are marauding all over the north in the name of Iswa, Boko Haram, bandit, and whatever, are they Christians? Moses, are they Christians? So, who is behind all these things? Can't we tell the northern leader to come together? Take yourself inside the room and talk to yourself. These are your children. Even somebody told you that they are their boys. So when you have done all that, why are you coming out now to blame us?
Don't we have Christians in the western parts of the country? Do we experience that? No. That's the more reason they need to be diplomatic. By that statement, we are coming to attack terrorists in Nigeria. It's a different ballgame when you mention we are coming to attack the Muslim terrorists.
Islamic jihadists.
Jihadists. It's a very specific statement.
Do we have other terrorist groups in Nigeria?
I'm saying, considering the antecedents of how Americans have gone to other parts of the world, and they have failed. They have gone to Afghanistan, they have failed. They're left with heavy problem in that other part of the world.
That was the ideological problem.
And then, whether we like it or not, they went there, they failed. They went to Afghanistan, they failed. They went to Libya, they failed. We look at all these antecedents, and then considering the fact that this country is just a growing country, it's a developing country. I agree with the provisions of the Constitution, particularly Section 10 of the Constitution, that states that no state shall adopt state religion. But you see that some parts of about 10 states in the north, they have not even for a long time ago, for more than 20 years now, is now the part and parcel of their system. And then you see that the government will continue to pamper these people. They're honoring and romancing with them on a daily basis. It's wrong. And I also agree with President Donald Trump to an extent. I love what is happening because it's putting more pressure on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because if you look at the build-up towards the election that ushered in the late President Muhammadu Buhari and others, you see series of statements from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There is a lot of pressure on the then President Jonathan. Heaven will fall. Jonathan is running the kindergarten, this government, this and that. The same person is in power now.
Interesting you mentioned this. In 2014, some governors went to the United States of America to complain about genocidal, well, that wasn't the word used there, but complain about Christians being killed in Nigeria in their numbers in 2014. Why didn't we see that as a problem? Why is it a problem now that Christians are crying out that they are being killed in Nigeria? It wasn't a problem in 2014, just before elections. The figures at that time are even higher than what we've experienced in the first half of this year. Why was it a problem?
The same people. They are using it for political reasons. Is it not the same Bola Ahmed that led the team then? He led the team, he used the social media fora for their selfish interests. And that is the government that demolished Jonathan administration and then usher in the then president.
Any desire to end what is going on now?
The government have failed. If you ask me to rate this government, I'll rate them 0/10 in all aspects. Is it a government that is bent on inflicting hardship on Nigerians? Is that a government? Is it a government that failed to protect people in line with the provisions of the Constitution? Is that what you call a government? That is total failure. And then I'm saying that the president should resign forthwith. Because if you cannot protect properties and life, what are you there for? Because there must be life first before you can even say you want to govern people. So the government have failed woefully. I'm in support of what is happening. I love the pressure from the United States of America to an extent.
Moses, have you seen any Christian group that have kidnapped any Muslim girl because of her faith? Yet we kept quiet. Have you talked? Did you say anything? Somebody woke up one day, Sheikh Itachi, and told her that Tinubu's wife should be killed because she's a Christian. That God told him to kill Tinubu's wife. I'm talking of provocative statements that can cause problems, yet we kept quiet. Moses, did we read that? Did you say anything? Is it not hard to show tolerance?
Okay.
So why can't our Muslim brother do the same thing?
Sorry.
So that Nigeria will live in peace.
Before we come, sorry please. I want you to land on your thoughts.
Yes, they do the same thing. And see whether this place whether America will even look at us, not to talk of placing it on CPC. That's what we are saying here. It is because of the actions and statements of leaders that have caused the problem. They should not deny it. Yet they still want to blame us for what they have caused. They still want to blame us to Moses. How do you take that? Is that not an insult? Right. You are talking of America insulting, but you insulted us. When you told us that, or except we agree with the bandits, there will be no peace in Nigeria. Moses, can you beat that? And it's because of this statement, that's why Saudi Arabia could not tolerate you. They declared you persona non grata. Saudi Arabia, the seat of Islamic Caliphate. They could not tolerate you. But here, you tell us all manner of things, you do all manner of things, and you get away with it.
All right, let me.
You are in support of America invading Nigeria.
100%.
Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government have refused to listen, and leaders are not even helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? That's the question I'm asking.
Hold on. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do, and leaders are supporting it in Moses. That's even my annoyance. Why would anybody utter such words? These are things you should frown at. Who brought them into Nigeria? Was Nigeria like this in 1999? Moses, please be sincere to yourself. Who brought them into Nigeria? What are they doing here? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in the Republic of Benin? Please, why are they not in South Africa? You can see, we forgot the genesis of our problem and we are blaming America. Let them come. If that will solve the problem. Since you people don't know what to do, let them come and help us. Look at now, as I'm talking to you now, almost 20 villages have been taken over in Plateau and Benue. Moses, who are those to occupy those villages? Are they Christians? The real indigenous of those states are now in IDP camp, and they are the farmers in Nigeria. Can you beat that? It is unfortunate that we are going through this route. Seriously. It's unfortunate that America is even pitying us. America is angry with what is going on here. For God's sake, how can a group of people call themselves bandits and they are holding Nigeria to ransom? Where is it done? Can such a thing happen in America? That is why this man, Trump, is angry with us. This type of thing can never happen anywhere. And look at how we are trying to pamper them. Look, Moses. On a more serious note, they said anybody who go to the bush and fetch anti-infested firewood is calling for lizard to come for a party in his house. If we have not allowed these people to come into Nigeria, will anybody be talking to us? Are we going to become a number in the CPC? But because we allow this thing, and leaders, from the beginning, they were tolerating these boys. Moses, on what ground would anybody, any leader in Nigeria, either from the north or south, go outside and bring terrorists into Nigeria?